Scorpio. Welcome to your June 2024 message for the month ahead. A little Horoscope, a little channeling. Everything you need to hear to get happy, start taking action, that next step in your life, and enjoy the journey to your manifestation. If you want to come hang out and get more support, I go live for free every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time on my Facebook business page and Facebook group. And I'm also available for personal private reads right now. The link for that is also in the description. Without further ado, Scorpio. Oh, interesting. Scorpio, the basis of your month, like the big thing you're going through right now is kind of like learning and pacing when to take action, as well as it's the Seven of Earth. And the Seven of Earth is the card of like your seeds are well planted. So your desires are well along their way. Just in this exact moment of time, there's not a lot of action. There's not a lot of any rewards coming. It's just the best analogy is always the farmer who planted his trees, the seedlings grew up, the apples are coming out. They're not ripe yet though. You literally just have to sit back and wait, keep watering, and let the apples ripen. You don't want to take action too soon because then the apples won't be ripe, they won't taste good, they won't sell that well, and then you've destroyed your crop. So it's kind of learning when to balance of like when to go full throttle, when to take a lot of action versus when to sit back and relax, because you're just at this spot where you don't want to like sit back and relax and like let things not happen. But this is where you recognize that sometimes when you're manifesting, sometimes the manifestation is like the new car, right? Like just give me the one thing I want, the new dress, the car, the hot girl to go on a date with. Sometimes other manifestations is all about manifesting the routine, the habits that will get you your result. If you want to be like, you can manifest an awesome gym to go to, that's a one-time thing, but you can also manifest becoming the strongest power lifter at your gym. The strongest power lifter though, that's going to be habits, routines, strategy, planning. So you're either ready to receive your one desire or you're ready to receive the unfolding of the journey to get towards your desire. So whatever it is you're manifesting, it's resting assured, and this is where you want to like do soothing affirmations like, I made a good plan, I'm on the right track, it's happening, it's unfolding, I made a good plan, I just got to keep doing the actions that my inner being inspired me to, right? The farm analogy, you just got to keep watering your plants and wait for the fruit to ripen. So it's just keep going to the gym, do the reps and the routine that you worked out. You don't need to get fancy. It's that 80-20 rule. You get 80% of the results from 20% of your work. So rest assured that 20% routine that you made is a good one. You don't need to like change up your routine every week. Okay, and so, but why it's a little frustrating to you to kind of like be at a place where it's not a lot of action to kind of like sit and wait for the apples to ripen is because it is the ace of air that is the like challenge, right? And that's when it's when you do get that like inspiration that like, oh my God, I got to do this. But it's also that challenging beginning one, right? It's where it's like oh my God, this is what I have to do. It's time for me to buy a house. Then the interest rates get spiked. Or, oh my God, I just have to ask her out for a date and she'll say yes. I just need to ask. Oh, she's out on vacation for 2 weeks. So it's where you get like the, okay, I know what to do, but like there's just that little bit of a, so just recognize that that's going to be the emotion of frustration. Like, oh, I want this thing and I can't do anything about it. So, stomp your little feet and move on. In terms of your human level, like the day-to-day lesson of that, because the other one was your soul level lesson. This is more like the day-to-day. The day-to-day is the king of water. So that implies that there's a little bit of a needing to like love yourself. Sorry, that's a bad joke. But it's like learning how to love your competency, learning how to love your smarts, your skills, knowledge, and abilities, learning how to love that you put a plan into action and you do the action, there's action, there's not action. It's loving the other elements of your life. Well, now I have time to like spend with my dog more. I've been meaning to take him to dog training. Well, now I have the time to go on dates, to meet the wife, to enjoy the harvest of my bounty with. Now I have the time to go to the gym. So it's that, it's not like balance of life, but it's like the learning to love, that there just is a natural kind of synchronistic flow to life, that if there's a delay in this one area, it means, oh good, now I have time to spend here. um, and you'll see the beauty of it, because the other, like the Ace of Air, even though there's like the inspiration, information that's delayed, there's also the brilliance of how it unfolded. So you're like, oh, I see why it was good for her to be on vacation for those 2 weeks. If I didn't have this epiphany, I would have blown it. Or if I had this epiphany, I would have been an a-hole. I'm glad I had that epiphany. So it's more of like learning to, not learning to love the journey or learning to love the process, but it's like learning to love the beauty of the flow that you've got your life in. That just because there's a delay, it's all right, what am I learning? All right, how else can I best spend my time until it's time to harvest the apples? Um, you know, because maybe you'll go run into the store and you'll overhear her mom going, oh yeah, Samantha was saying that she really wanted to go see that movie. I can't take her though. Maybe when her brother comes back from college. So now when the cute little honey bunny comes back, you could be like, Samantha, I was thinking about going and seeing this movie. Oh, you want to see it too? So like you're gonna see the beauty and like the go pause of life that's just natural, ebbs and flows, man. In terms of the recent past, this makes so much sense why this is even more frustrating for you. You got the Queen of Fire in the upright position. And that's where you're like, yes, I'm like the Knight of Fires where you're like, I'm taking action, I'm so passionate, I'm gonna make this happen. The Queen of Fires when you're like, oh my God, like I don't have to do it all. I do most of the work, but I could call other people in. So you're like that. I'm letting this plan happen, and I'm going, and I feel confident in my ability to like think, to strategize, and so I could see why this is even more like frustrating for you. It looks like right now in the current moment, you got the Five of Air. So the Five of Air is in like more traditional. It's like the unwise choice. Sometimes it's an unwise choice because you took action too soon, or you were acting from a place of ego instead of authenticity, or like sometimes when someone asks for help, you just went gung ho, that youthful optimism, you went gung ho and went, oh, I can help you with that. But then you realize, oh, they didn't actually want that. They wanted to get to know my sister. I fell into this trap. But it's more about for you right now. It's more about you think that's what it is. Maybe I didn't make the good plan. Maybe I should have done something differently. But let me just pull some clarifying cards just to make sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got the World, the Sun, and the Six of Air. So you're thinking it's a maybe I didn't plan enough. Maybe someone was being sneaky. However, it's playing out for your situation. But in reality, the World is where you come to like a full, complete personal growth level lesson, and for that it's the sun, and the sun is like, happiness, unicorn, rainbows, but it's not just like yay happiness, go to Disneyland. It's more like that soul level satisfaction, that soul level happiness. So it's when you just get that, okay, I get it, it's not time to harvest the apples. That means there's something else that requires my attention, or that means there's something else I should be putting my focus to. Oh my God, the pigs were almost going to dig themselves out and I would have lost all of my 100 pigs. Let me rebuild this fence. Wow, my fence is done and the apples are ripe. So the sun is where you just have that peace and content that the plan is going to keep unfolding before you. And like Six of Air, that's just reassuring you that you're just afraid that you're repeating a cycle from the past right now. You're not at all. So rest assured, you're not repeating a cycle from the past. So it's where this is like you're really sinking into like a core level of I can trust my competency, I can trust my ability to plan, to read books, to talk to mentors, advisors. I can trust myself and I can trust the plan that I made. So yeah, don't worry. You're not repeating a past pattern. Okay, go into the near future, you're going to start to see the pieces falling into place because you got the queen of earth there. So that's where you're like, okay, things are moving along. Some of the apples are ripe, so I'm going out every day and picking some of the apples. And all right, I kind of see why it wasn't time to do it. And so you're gonna like that. Oh, I get it. It's because my daughter had this incident at school, and I actually have the next couple days to talk with her and walk her through this. So it's good. It's like the Queen of Fire is like the yes, I can do it. Let's go. The Queen of Earth is more like I can do it. And I'm going to put in the appropriate amount of energy and effort to do it without over giving energy, without overtaxing myself, because I also want to make sure I have time to snuggle with my honey bunny tonight. So it is going to be more of like the acceptance of, oh, I get it. Even though I have 100% energy to give right now, this situation only requires 10%, 90%, 60%, A good example I could give you is I just met some new friends walking on a trail, and they just moved back to the city I live in, and we were all excited, but I knew that today was the first day that she moved here, and tomorrow she was listing her house on the market. So I didn't try to like, well, let's hang out tonight. Well, let me help. I just said, well, hey, because I knew I was younger. I was like, if there's anything you ever need lifted, I actually do lift a lot of weights. So just call me. I live like less than a quarter mile from you. So if you need help, just know like I'm there. You don't need to go hire like movers for a 4 hour minimum to help you move like two boxes in your house. Like I'm available. But I'm not gonna like, and that was it. Just the offer's there. Like, okay, just let them settle. I know next week it will pick back up. So you're gonna have more of that like kind of peace in life. Enjoying the downtime and the action time, the up time, the enjoyment of the rewards as well as the lull afterwards where you don't know what you're doing next. So you do just have a lot of time to cuddle and be with your friends. So it's like really just full on enjoying every season that you're in when you're acting. In terms of those around you, well, those around you, it's the Ace of Earth. So those around you are like kind of wanting to see the results of your work. They're wanting to see the success of it. Like they're really wanting to start seeing the rewards for your effort. So you're probably picking up on their energy too, which is making you maybe even feel a little more antsy. Um, let me just read the card, guys, because I think the Ace of Earth can also mean a false start. So let's just read the card, shall we? Significant abundance flows to you now. You may get a promotion, salary increase, or unexpected money. If you're starting a new business, the venture will likely succeed. The foundation for prosperity has been laid well. It's a good time to make an investment. Consider any opportunities carefully. You may soon receive some important legal documents, contracts, or correspondence. Excellent luck, earning a degree. Okay, so yeah, the people around you right now are just really wanting to see the start of like your success. Why are there, oh, two cards came out for that one. Okay, so Ace of Earth and Three of Earth. Oh, interesting. Okay, that changes it a little bit. Other people around you want to see your success. Um, it looks like there's a little bit of an over eagerness to be perceived as a team player by you. Let me clarify that though. Like they want to be perceived as a team player. Like he knew I was there for him. He knew I wanted his success. He knew I was ready to come help him move his boxes. Um, oh, that's got you a little bit in your head too, because you're like confused of their motives. You're like you're confused because you feel a certain level of emotional contentment with this person. Um, but you haven't necessarily seen the action. So even though you feel good around the person, you feel emotionally satisfied and content, it's like good friendship, good companionship. It just seems like the best way that I can say this, it's almost like it's a brand new friend. Maybe not brand new, but a newer friend you haven't yet had those like interactions built over time so that you can like, yes, I can trust them. Yes, they'll be there for me when I need them. Um, so they were like, hey, I want to help you. I want to help you. Oh man, I can't. My wife is going in for surgery today. So it's like something where you can't hold it against them, but you're also noting like they said they'd be there for me and they weren't. So was it a legit thing that they had to tend to, or is this one of those people that creates chaos? So just like for now, there's not clarity on that. So this is what I like to call in relationships, whether it's like a love, friendship, or coworker or boss. I call it an orange flag. It's not a red flag because you don't have definitive proof that it's like toxic or dysfunctional or anything like that. It's not a green flag, but it's like I'm gonna note this and just see if this is a repeated pattern. If it happens 3 times in a row, hey, maybe they are just having a string of bad luck right now. No hard feelings, but right now it's not a match. Or maybe we'll be like, never mind, you're a chaotic mess, get out of my life. So I just call it it's an orange flag. Okay, in terms of your hopes or fears this month, you are, oh, poor you. You're just like, you're worried that you're gonna miss the mark. You're worried that you're gonna miss the action step. You're, and it's more like you just don't want to feel disappointed because you put so much time, energy, and effort in to make this happen, and you're like, I don't want to miss the last inspired idea to take the action on whatever it is you're trying to do, because it's kind of like when you're cooking, and if you overcook it a little bit, it like ruins the dishes, you know? Like I know, so like I meal prep, so I tend to cook like all my vegetables that I just need for the week. And it's like if I cook it 1 extra minute too long, I'm like, that's it. I messed up my veggies for the whole week. If I cook them a minute too less, they're not as crispy and crunchy as I like them. So you're just like, you don't want to miss the timing on the last one because you don't want to feel the disappointment. Um, so that's what this month is really you sinking in to trusting yourself, when to take action, when not to take action, when to like give a different area of your life, your energy and effort, knowing that that area just needs time to like settle or grow or ripen. It does look like you're gonna like kind of chunkily and but also calmly move through this, because for your outcome for the month you got the Four of Fire, and that's the happiness card, the happy joy joy. The Sun card is the soul level happiness. Even though you don't have like extreme happiness today, your soul's happy because you know you're on the right path. You've got everything you need around you. Just because your friends couldn't hang out today, you know one's gonna be able to hang out tomorrow. The Four of Fire is when you're actually like playing with your friends. You're actually like kissing the new hottie. So your outcome of the month is very good. So don't worry, you are not repeating a past pattern. You're just learning that soul level happiness and contentment right now. So I hope this reading helped you guys. Give me a thumbs up, give me a comment below. Come hang out live for free every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I do free mini reads. We channel spirit guides, do all the spiritual things, get you the guidance you need. If you'd like help before then, I'm available for private reads. The link for all of that is in the description down below. Bye, guys. Have a good month.